Bro, listen. Girls like bad boys.
Are you serious right now, bro?
No, girls like bad boys. So, why do I have to be nice?
What's a bad boy?
I don't know. They just don't like nice guys. You know, like they're simps. Blah. You know.
But I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Or am I a nice guy?
I was about to roast you so hard.
Are you? So you're a bad. So you're gonna roast me? You're a bad boy?
No, I'm not a bad boy.
I then don't come at me.
But that's what girls like, you know. And like,
And first off, what girls like that? Because I don't.
and like to get to the top, like to be as successful as like Elon Musk, I gotta play dirty, you know. Like I can't be nice because like people are gonna stomp all over me. They're gonna manipulate me. They're gonna take advantage of me. I can't let that happen, bro.
So who owns the earth though?
Who owns the earth?
Yeah.
Well, like Elon Musk has a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't think Elon Musk owns the earth.
I mean, he owns Twitter now.
Okay, so Twitter's the earth?
No.
So if God owns the earth, don't you think that he could help you, I don't know, grow business-wise, help you get money, provide for you, or you just don't think that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like he could still help me out, but like I gotta play my own part, you know? Like people are nasty out there, and if you don't play nasty back, you're gonna get put on the ground real fast.
But it says overcome evil with good.
Where's it say that?
In the Bible.
And the Bible says that?
Yeah.
Overcome evil with good.
And you're telling me this whole thing of overcoming evil with evil. But
like,
that never really amounts to anything.
Bro, like imagine if you were in class and somebody punched you in the face.
Okay.
Like, bro, you really gonna turn the other cheek? Like, come on, dude.
Would you turn the other cheek?
Would I turn the? Don't ask
Honestly?
me that. I'm saying like,
No.
no. Like, if somebody got up, punched me in the face, and my crush is like sitting right next to me.
Oh, it's not a crush thing. It's not about like.
Or I'm just saying, like, it's just a part of the story, you know. Like the guy gets up, punches me in the face in the middle of class.
That's not gonna happen.
And what if, like, we're beefing, you know?
Okay, whatever. Go.
We're beefing. He gets up, punches me in the face. You're next to me. My crush is next to me, and I'm like, oh shoot, like that's so embarrassing. Like I got a bloody nose now. Yeah. So like. Gotta defend myself. I gotta hit him back. I can't let him win. I have to win. That's embarrassing.
Okay.
My crush is gonna think I'm weak.
Sure. But at the same time, you can't be looking for fight. You can't be, I don't know, you can't have this mindset of like, I want to fight somebody today.
But why not? I need to win. What?
Bro, you think like it's not all about fights. Like you don't have to fight to become the top G. You don't have to become that person of like, nobody mess with me. I don't know why people just want to like become a menace. Like people literally want to grow up being menaces. Like, you know what? I don't respect nobody.
Because that's the toughest. That's how you get the most respect on the streets.
Yeah, people who are viewed as tough are actually really like sensitive inside.
Whoa.
Oh, damn. Sorry. I had to drop that. I had to drop that dime in there. Anyways, but
let me do the intro fast. What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of In the Fire. We appreciate you guys. We thank you for all the growth we've been seeing. We appreciate the comments, the DMs. All of it. We
DM us. We want to talk to you guys. Comment your perspectives. Like, give us that love. We love to see it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys.
It so much.
This episode, we're talking about why do I have to be nice? Why do Christians have to be nice all the time? People, like I said, they're going to manipulate me. They're going to take advantage of me. I have to say yes to every single thing. I got to open the door for every single person. I got to smile even when some people messed me up, did some nasty stuff to me. I still got to smile and turn the other cheek and look at them and give them a thumbs up and high five them. No, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be nice no more. It's gotten me nowhere. I see people that are way nastier than me, way more wicked fools, whatever you want to call them. They're way more successful. They got the girl, they got the job, they got the car, they got everything. And I'm over here like, what the heck? Why do I have to be nice?
Well, and if you can look at anybody's life and say, wow, they're doing so well. You never know what's going on internally, first off.
That's true.
When it comes to anything, they have a nice car, they have a nice house. You don't know what the burden they have, what's going on in their hearts, the healing they're going through.
Okay.
Like, we can always use that example, but at the same time, we don't really know what's going deep inside. But why do I have to be nice? Like you said. So we're called, as Christians, as followers of Jesus, we're called to be loving. We're called to be kind, to be patient with people, to not have attitude, not to be rude. And it's like, Danny, why?
Like, because the Bible tells us to.
Oh, because the Bible
is that simple? Simple?
Is that simple?
No, it's not that simple. But it is that simple at the same time.
Okay, no, it is.
The Bible clearly tells us that we have to be kind. Kind.
Yeah.
Nice. Kind. Nice.
Kind. I think kind is the word.
Okay. Ephesians 4:32, be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you. Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear it. And there's just so many more. There's just so many verses that talk about be kind, love one another, love is this, love is that, be a servant, put others before you. What's the other one? I lost it. But so many verses that's constantly love, be a servant, serve others. Yeah.
But like now, like I'm really why?
What do you mean why?
Well, why is it that we have to be the ones that are nice? We have to be the ones that open the doors. We have to be the servants. We have to be the kind people. What's so bad about being not kind? What's so bad about not being a servant?
Why would you do that?
But what's the reason? Like, why do I like genuinely? Why is being kind and being patient and not boasting and doing whatever 1 Corinthians 13 says and being a servant? Why does God call us to do that? Like for real? Like what's so bad about being that leader? Being that top guy that's like mad disrespectful to anybody. If you look at me the wrong way, you're getting beat up. I'm being mean all the time. I'm not patient with nobody. Don't waste my time. Like what's like? I don't know. I'm just like, I'm just throwing it up there because I'm really curious. Like,
okay,
what's bad about that? Like, well, why does God call us to do that?
One thing is He did it to us first. It's like Jesus went down on His own knees to wash the feet of His disciples.
Okay.
Even one of them, Judas, which He knew would later betray Him, and He could see the heart of Judas. He was still washing His feet, showing Him love. So Jesus died on the cross for us. He did it first. He loved us first. He gave up His only life for us. His only life, yeah. He gave up His only Son for us. So that's one. Two, God promises the people that are faithful to Him, the people that represent Him, to bless them abundantly with everything they need and more. And like you said in the beginning, the people that are not nice, not kind, the people that go against God, although they seem like they're benefiting on this mortal world, are they really benefiting in their hearts? Because kindness at the end of the day is not just for the other people, it's for us too. You know, kindness, I gotta open the door for them. But we all know that when you do a kind act, you feel good. You're like, ooh, what is that feeling? It felt good. I like giving gifts. I like helping people. I like, because it feeds our spirit. It feeds our spirit. What you thinking?
No, I understand, because like you think about it now. Okay, what are there's nothing but negative impact when it comes to being mean, when it comes to not being kind, when people don't have that moral standpoint or moral qualities, just morals in general, right? When somebody doesn't have those morals, when somebody's not kind, when they're not being servants, when they're very prideful, not only does that do damage to themselves, but they're doing damage outwards, right? You, like parents that might be damaged, that might be like mean or nasty or whatever they have going on in them, they might act a certain way to their children. Their children become affected by their actions on them. So that kind of just passes through of that negativity, that abuse, that those negative words being spoken over them. Yeah. Like now, like as we speak about it, we understand that there's a lot of negative impact when it comes to not being kind, not doing what God calls us to do, right? Because a lot of times, like we say, we view God's rule book or whatever, but it's really for our own benefit, right? Well, what God says for us to do is for our own good. So when He's saying, be kind, be patient, it's for our own benefit. It's so we don't hurt somebody. There's people that are, I would say, more sensitive than others, right? If you tell that person, I don't know, like you're just not nice to that person, you're about to meet them, they might go home and really like think about, like, I don't know, doing something bad to themselves, right? They might get depressed. They might get anxiety. Maybe they want to talk to nobody no more. Maybe they want to stay to themselves, be lonely. Like that stuff happens by simple comments, little things that we've spoken on this podcast before. When little things that are said to you when you were a kid stick with you until you're an adult. Those negative things. That's why, like, and we understand this. Like, why does God call us to be nice and kind? It's because it's for our own benefit. I think all of us can relate when we say that, something has happened to us that has caused us to have a negative impact on our lives, right? And so now we see that thing that happened to us kind of like come out in certain different areas of our lives because it was something that wasn't kind. That was something that was not good for us. So that's what I understand. And when it comes to this topic and the question of why do I have to be nice, I view it as like, that question really just turns into, why do I have to be loving, right? Why do I have to love people? Right? It says it in the Bible, like you have to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. And it says love your neighbor as yourself. Right? And like that's like all loving your whole being and everything. But it's saying like love neighbor, and it's like, okay, what is love? What does it mean to love your neighbor? Is he talking about my actual neighbors? So everybody else that doesn't live next to me, I can be rude to them? No, obviously not. Neighbor meaning anybody that walks alongside you, right? But when it says, what does it mean to love your neighbor? If you go to the 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter, right? You see what love is. The first two things, which are most important, love is kind, love is patient, right? And the question is, what I want everybody to ask themselves is are you a patient person, right? Are you a kind person? And I know when I ask that, instantly you start thinking about your friends. Like, oh, I'm kind to my friends. I'm patient to my friends. But like, no. It's not just your friends. Like, are you a kind person? Are you a patient person overall? When it comes to anything, right? The same patience you show to your best friend, do you show that patience to your parents, to your dad, to your mom? Are you patient with them as you are with your friends? The kindness you show to your friends, do you show that same kindness to your coworkers, right? Or do they see somebody different, right? It's like the question really, it's like, is your love conditional? Ooh. Do you have a conditional love where like you act different in different areas? Like you're way more patient with this person. With this person, oh, you got no patience for.
If you love me, I'll love you back. If you treat me nicely, then I'll treat you nicely. If you treat me poorly, then how can I treat you nicely? It's that conditional love, and that's crazy that the Bible talks so much about God's unconditional love. And sometimes we tend to brush past that word unconditional. Conditional is when you put conditions for your love. If you do this, I'll love you. If you act this way, I'll love you. But that's not kindness. That's not what Jesus didn't say, oh, if you don't spit in my face and treat me poorly, then I'll love you.
What is it, a business transaction or something?
Yeah.
No, is this business? Or?
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So Jesus calls us to be kind to one another, to love one another. The Bible doesn't say love your neighbor as yourself if
he's nice to you back.
Yeah, if they're nice to you back. No, God doesn't put ifs. There's no condition there. It's an unconditional love, and that's something that we struggle with, and I know we've talked about it actually this week.
We have, yeah.
It's like, how do I love more unconditionally? Because I feel like without us even noticing, I'm putting conditions on my love.
Wow.
I'm putting, and sometimes it's not even if they, sometimes it's if me. If I wake up in a bad mood, I maybe I'll treat you, somebody will ask me like,
depending on my mood today, I'm gonna act different.
If somebody were to ask me, okay, next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m., if we were to meet up, would you be nice to me? Weird question, but let's just say hypothetically. Yeah. If they were to ask me, I would have been like, depends on what's going on that day, depends on how I'm feeling, depends on how certain people treated me, if I failed a test. Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. Is that fair to them? No. Is that what Jesus would do?
You can't choose your love? You can't choose to love somebody? Or does it have to be dependent on everything else?
Wow. So that word unconditional is so hard to do, but it's something that we should be striving for. Yeah. Something that we should be striving for.
And even as I share that, like conditional love, like that's something I've noticed about myself, and I'm trying to move forward, right? Like something I want to share is I want everybody to have a vision where, the love and patience you have, like I want my vision to be that same love and patience. I can have that same love and patience in every aspect of my life. When it comes to work, when it comes to family, when it comes to friends, right? I want it to be where I can show an abundance of love and kindness, where I can be extremely kind and as much as kind as I can, super patient with anybody, not just some people that I think I can show more patience to, like a stranger, to a person, to my mom, to my dad, to you, to anybody who it is. I want to be able to show the same amount of patience and kindness. And I think that's what we all need to share, right? And it's funny because, this is very countercultural. Right. Very countercultural because, like I said in the beginning, nobody wants to be the nice guy.
It's not even just about that, man. It's like the world we live in now is so self-centered. Since you are young, you're taught, focus on yourself, work on yourself, worry about yourself.
Turn off your phone for 3 months. Turn off Snapchat, Instagram. Don't nobody talk to you. Be to yourself. Yeah.
No, it's not even just that, but it's like, do what you believe is right. Do what you think is right. Like, I don't know. It just feels so self-centered.
Like, what do you know? Like, there's people that have been on this earth way longer.
Well, what I love so much about God and about the Bible is like he just makes me laugh sometimes because the Bible sometimes tends to be so countercultural, which is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So it's
100%.
crazy because the Bible says, be servants to one another. Put others before yourself. Hold on. So many of you were like, wait a minute. Others before me? No shot, bro. No shot. Like, I'm the main character of the story here. You know, it's my life. Why do I have to put others before me? That's crazy. That's crazy that the Bible says that. It says we need to be servants. Some of you are like, servants? You're funny.
Even that word.
I want servants. Yeah, I gotta get a maid or something. I'm not a servant to nobody.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the Bible calls us to be servants, to love one another, and put others before ourselves. Wow. So and so many times, like some of the sin, let's say even modesty.
Yeah.
It says to consider our brothers in Christ. Okay, so now I have to the Bible says so much about worrying about others and stop being so self-centered. Crazy. Wow. Yeah. Very countercultural.
Very countercultural. And like they view this, or the world views this as weakness. Being a servant, that's weak.
You're bangers right now.
That's weakness, bro. Being nice to everybody, being like that person who's nice, that's weak. You got to be tough. When somebody looks at you, they better make sure they don't look at you or you're going to beat them up. What? That's whack. Like, this is very countercultural. It's weakness, but that brings me to my next point.
It's not weakness.
No, it's not. It's not weakness.
Okay.
But I'm saying people say that as weakness, right?
Yes.
But that brings me to my next point, right? Being a Christian does not mean that you have to become a doormat and let people walk all over you.
Ooh.
Right? I know people view that. They view what we say that we just spoke about. We say, first off, that's weakness. I'm not letting somebody just walk all over me. No. Being a Christian is not about being a doormat. We're not called to let people just do whatever they want to us, right? It's so crazy because I just had a discussion yesterday with somebody, or not even today, about fighting, right? Okay. Like, I need to defend myself. I need to fight. I want to hurt people just in case. And I'm my main argument was just kind of like, I think God can protect you. Like, I'm not saying that, their argument was like God's gonna throw a fist from heaven and stop the guy, but it's like, if you're not being, foolish, and if you're not putting yourself in situations where you're going to fight with somebody, I don't think you're going to fight with anybody, right? But that's something that really gets talked about. It's like, but if somebody fights me, they punch me. Well, what? I'm going to stay there? Like, I think self-defense is important.
I want to bring up this point, right? So we're talking about, does kindness equal weakness, right? Jesus got beat up, whipped. I won't even go through all that because you guys know how bad he was treated.
Yeah.
And he stood there and he didn't do anything. They just whipped him, hurt him, said things, spit on him, made him bleed to a crazy extent. And he stood there and he took it. So are you saying Jesus is weak? Does that mean Jesus is weak? No. If anything, I would say being kind in this cruel world is more courageous than weak. The fact that you can take that and not react, I think that takes a way more courage than it does weakness. That is first of all, a whole different level of self-control. And second, that person is clearly looking at a bigger picture. Jesus didn't just look at the fight that was right in front of him. If he wanted to slap the freaking Roman soldier that whipped him, what would that have done? Jesus could have easily dealt with the Roman soldier, the captain, whatever. He didn't. He was looking at a bigger picture. He was looking at a whole different mission at hand, not just what was in front of him. When somebody tries to fight you, tries cursing at you or mistreating you, you can either choose to engage, fight back, do whatever. What is that going to solve? That's just your pride. I'm sorry to tell you, but your desire to fight back is just your pride, wanting to prove your dominance over that person.
What you're saying, first off, amazing. People do not want to do that. And you took the words right out of my mouth because of pride, because of their ego. I can't let them see that I'm weak, that I just take this stuff. Like, I can't let that be done. And it's it's ego, it's pride. And the thing is, this is something crazy. in the Bible, I'm pretty sure it says that Jesus had like a legion of angels. He could have told them to come get him and take him out and just stop this. You see, Jesus had power. He was the Son of God. He was here before all of us. We're just, like he made us. He made the world. And the person who made the world was getting beat up by his creation. And he could have done something, right? People are like, no, I can't show that. I can't do that. I can't let them say, like, curse at me because that's weak. Like, they're going to think I'm weak. Jesus literally let that happen, but he was the Son of God. And is he weak or was he just meek? Right?
What's meek? What's meek?
Meek is power, I believe, under discipline, I believe it is.
Okay.
Power under authority or under discipline, where it's like you have the power to do something, but you don't. And it's like, regardless of what the situation is, like, you should know that how you respond. If they're like, you're weak, who cares if they say that? Like, who cares if somebody says, oh, he didn't curse back, he didn't fight back, that guy's whack, he's weak, he's not, like, nothing strong, he's nothing.
I feel like if the words of other people bother you, it's hurting, one, your pride, and two, your identity is unstable. If somebody called Jesus weak, I feel like he might have laughed inside. And he might say, like, if only they knew how much power I really had.
Like, he had a legion of angels. Just to
bro, do you know how sick that is?
Like, imagine that. But he didn't do that. He let that stuff happen. And it's like, if Jesus can do that, if Jesus put aside, like, basically who he was, like that power, that godly power, and put that aside, and took all that beatings, those terrible things happened to him, so you can't take somebody cursing at you? You can't take that? Just be like, whatever? Like, does it have to hurt your pride? Do the people have to know that you're a person who fights back, or a person who destroys somebody if they curse at you? Is that really a priority in your life? Like, let's be real.
And it's not even just that, but if only you guys knew the change that you guys would do in this world and the people around you and the environment around you if you reacted in a godly way. Like,
let's think about it. The people that act that way towards you, the person who does curse at you, who does swing at you, think about them. Why are they doing that? Out of a place of hurt people, right? Like, think about that person. Think about what you're showing that person by not going into that conflict, not like putting embers to the fire of their anger. Like, let them see. Right? It says in the Bible that, like, when you do things like that, when you repay evil with good, you will put, like, burning coals on their head, meaning they'll feel shame. They'll feel like embarrassed. They'll feel guilt, right? The guilt will be so real to them. They'll be like, oh my gosh, why did I even do this? Like, it's for yourself and it's for the other person. It goes in you and outside of you, right? Like, we have to really understand, like, there's more than just like, I have to curse back. No, it's you're transforming yourself and you're transforming the person, right? By you not going, not like, without you, like, stabbing back and hitting back, right? As you come back from the situation and you try to de-escalate the situation, not adding embers to the fire, you're transforming each other.
Yeah. Another thing I want to say is, a relationship with Jesus is a lot like marriage. It's a lot like marriage. And what do I mean by that? When you think of the husband, you automatically think of the wife. Like, you're like, oh, where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so whenever I see you? Because you have become connected to that person. It's kind of like one, right?
Yeah.
So with Jesus, we are representatives of Christ. Everywhere you go, eyes are on you because you are representing Jesus. So if you react and you swing back, that's a Christian right there. And this is not to put pressure on you, like, oh, I have to be perfect to represent the whole world, like, whatever.
Or, like, if you I don't know, defend yourself and, like, we're not trying to shame you.
Yeah. Right. But at the end of the day, eyes are on you and you are representing Jesus. And if people see a true godly man, godly woman, daughter of God, son of God, acting in this world, reacting in a kind way, in a loving way, loving the people around them, they will see that and they'll be like, wow, this person has God in them.
Wow, this person actually knows God.
I know for me, like, I have a friend and she just jumps to serving other people. I see it. Like, every opportunity she gets, she just jumps to serving people. And it's like, wow. Her kindness, her love is just outpouring. And your kindness, what it does is it's showing God how much love you have for him. Your kindness for other people is not so much about how much love you have for them, but how much love you have for God. Because you're obeying God's commands. You're following in God's footsteps. You're trying to be more like Jesus. This isn't necessarily about them or about you, but this is about you showing God how much you love them.
Wow. That's what we are. We're true representatives of Christ on this earth.
Yeah.
Right? If we proclaim something and do the other, that's going to hurt their view on God.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to understand we are representatives of this. We are representatives of Christ. And let's try our best to show that to people so people can see that and say, wow, like Jesus is real. I kind of want to go to him. Yeah. Right? And like I said earlier, yes, well, we call to love. Do not be a doormat. Right? If there's a conflict, try your best to resolve it. Speak up. Right? When you have something to say, speak up, which is something I had to go through as well. Like if there's something going on and you need to say something, but you don't want to, like you don't want to anger the person or whatever, speak up, right? You have a voice. God gave you a voice for a reason, right? So you can speak how you feel. But at the same time, while we're called to speak, be like, say what you want to feel. Yeah. Speak truth in love, right? We're not doormats. Speak what you have to say. Speak up, but speak it in love, right? It's not what you say. It's how you say it. Right? If you do have something to say, but you're scared to maybe you don't want to anger the person or whatever. Remember, you have a voice, right? We're called to just to speak and not be silent, right? Speak it in love. Don't try to be rude or say it in a rude way or nasty way, because all they're going to receive is nasty, right? It's like you have a gem, but the gem is covered in dirt and you're giving them dirt. All they see is dirt, right? Wow. But if you said it in a nice way to help the person, to refine them, to sharpen them, to edify them, all they see is the diamond. And it might be hard because maybe the diamond is hard and it's like sharp. So they might cut it as they grab it, right? It might cut your hand, but it's a diamond. It's to help you. So remember that.
Wow. Don't be a doormat. Speak up. And that's tough because I feel like speaking up sometimes looks kind of nasty. It's kind of hard to speak up and not look nasty to other people. Yeah. But it's something super important because us as Christians, look, this episode is not about be kind and be submissive to everybody, put your head down and let people walk all over you. No, we're talking about love and kindness. Love is the essential thing of life. The whole Bible is a love story. Our relationship with God is a love story. Everything is about love. And the way you treat people, the way you act, everything is about love. But that doesn't stop you from standing up for yourself or being bold, because the things in the Bible that were taught, let's say by Paul, he didn't say this stuff in a quote unquote nice way. He was bold. Sometimes he was very straightforward. He said, this is how it is. And sometimes us as Christians have to be strict with ourselves, with other people sometimes, about the laws of God. Yeah, boundaries. Like, look, this is what I believe. You can't step all over me. Let's say in dating, like, you set your boundaries. You say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I don't want. Let's not put each other in this situation, blah, blah, blah. Those are boundaries that are being set. That's not being unkind. That's not being not nice. Is setting your own...
You're loving yourself in that moment.
You're loving yourself and even them. So speak the truth wrapped in love, which is what you said. That's amazing. That's awesome.
And, be kind. Like, let's be kind. Let's not be people that portray nastiness and rudeness. Like, let's actually be what God calls us to be, which is our kind people, to portray Jesus everywhere we go. Yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you guys got something out of this episode. Let's spread some love. That's how we change the world, not through money, not through nothing else but love. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys for the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.